This report will examine how a particular technology, Ajax, might play a part as a component of a new information system in Passmore's University, which will be able to provide a single integrated source of information about any student who studies there. The following presentation focuses on analyzing and explaining the requirements of the new student profile system. We will also identify the benefits and problems that could exist by using Ajax. Finally, we will give our recommendations on whether to adopt the Ajax-powered system into Passmore University.
Passmore's University requires a system that interfaces with students, teachers, and administrative staff. The system is required to be user-friendly and reliable since the usage of the system is frequent and simultaneously. The system should allow academic and administrative records to be continuously recorded and updated as the user base grows constantly year by year. For academic records, users should be able to access and update student profile, records of courses taken, results achieved yearly, and online timetables. For administrative records, the features of the system must include enrollment, details about fees and accommodations, examination records, and emergency information.
The full name for Ajax is Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It is a client-side concept that communicates to and from a database and a web application. It is able to send and receive content asynchronously without the need for a complete page refresh. Ajax is therefore a method of building interactive applications for the web that processes user responses immediately. Ajax works directly with the web browser and combines several programming tools including Java, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and EML.
Ajax allows the use of multiple technologies in the design of the program. Thus, the advantages of these languages may be transmitted to the components that employ them as follows. Applications created with Ajax use an engine that acts as a mediator between the user's browser and the server from which it is requesting information. Unlike before, with Ajax engine, the user's browsers directly load towards the Ajax engine, which displays the page the user sees. The engine then continues to perform in the background whilst using JavaScript to interact with the browser. User input or clicking on the page directs a JavaScript call to the Ajax engine, which can respond immediately in most cases. If the engine requires additional data, it requests it via XML, while simultaneously updating and refreshing the page without delaying the user's interaction with the application. Callback is a crucial feature of Ajax. This feature is based on the style of programming called Continuation Passing Style, CPS, which allows a request to be executed in the background whilst the user is performing other tasks on the web page. When the request is completed, the appropriate callback is utilized and eventually reflected in the whole program.
A three-tier architecture is a client-server architecture in which the functional process logic, data access, computer data storage, and user interface are developed and maintained as independent modules on separate platforms. It is classified as a software design pattern in which it is divided into three different platforms. There are presentation, business logic, and data storage. Ajax is essential to the three-tier architecture model. The first tier, presentation, displays information related to services. This tier communicates with other tiers by transmitting results to the browser and other tiers within the network. With Ajax and the system of the university, the first tier represents the interface with a person within Passmore University. They can be students, teachers, or admins. Depending on their occupations, these users can enter different categories of credentials into the system. The second tier controls application functionality by performing detailed processing, as well as data access. After entering the details and password, the system then processes through both the application tier and data tier in order to confirm the details to find out whether the details and passwords match with the ones stored within the data. The third tier is the process of which information is stored and retrieved. It is kept independent of application servers. If the details are correct, the system then redirects the user to a new session, displayed in the first tier format. The three-tier architecture provides a communicating mechanism which enables front-end components running in a browser to issue requests and retrieving results from back-end components running on a server.
Because of the features inherent in Ajax, Passmore's University may incur several advantages. I will now talk about these advantages in the context of the scenario. First, users of the system will note faster and smoother processes. This is because of the three-tier platform which Ajax utilizes. Client browsers do need to wait for all data to arrive, thus freeing up the browser in order to perform other immediate tasks that the users demand for. This also allows simultaneous access all over the campus without compromising the experience of individual users. This implies a second, more profound impact of Ajax and the three-tier system on Passmore's University. Student profiles will be more accessible. Accessibility will be possible with the introduction of more terminals available around the campus so that the students can gain entry into the system. Greater access incentivizes students to update their profile and to check those profiles for updates that are important to their academic activities. With this functionality, Passmore's University can rely on the system for dissemination and display of student information for all users. This includes academic and administrative records. With a three-tier system, one can appreciate the liberating and expansive effect of Ajax within Passmore's University.
The following are issues that may arise with the use of Ajax in Passmore's University. The first issue is that Ajax uses multiple languages, hence it carries over the weaknesses of those languages into the system. For example, the HTML JavaScript is hard to maintain, while Flash is difficult to use when developing programs. Another trouble would be the amount of different versions of browsers currently available to the public. Browsers such as Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Firefox, and Safari. They all have different operating systems, thus preventing Ajax from operating uniformly on different platforms, as different operating systems have different formats. This prevents a uniform user experience to all the users in the world. Searching can be difficult since search engines are unable to look into JavaScript-generated content. Solutions to this may be deep linking support and modifying URL fragment identifiers. Because Ajax is asynchronous, updates to one part of the system may result in jumps in the interface, error messages, and even dead links. Although this can be resolved with ARIA, which prompts users for permission to update the system. Even though Ajax is a day-to-day essential system for most websites in the world, it still requires numerous programming languages in order to function it. The usage of languages such as Java, JavaScript, and Flash increases the complexity when using Ajax. However, JavaScript libraries have increasingly come preloaded with Ajax.
With this scenario given, Passmore's University clearly needs a system that can deliver student profiles and information to all users within the university. It must be able to do this with many users accessing the system at the same time with little or no intervention. Overall, Ajax and the three-tiered system meets the primary requirements of Passmore University's intranet system, a dynamic student profile system that can be accessed at multiple points simultaneously. We recommend the university to purchase Ajax and the three-tiered system for its development of student profile system. This will maximize the functionality of the system, thus allowing multiple access points while maintaining a smooth user experience. In order to hurdle the expected problems with the implementation of this system, we also recommend Passmore's University to dedicate resources and time onto troubleshooting, especially during the first few years of the rollout of the system, preferably enrolling the newest students each year and to universal coverage. In the short run, although the system and the user experience may be affected by the adaptability time due to the introduction of a new system, yet in the long run, the university can improve its efficiency on extracting student data from the archives, as well as decreasing the cost of storing all physical data and paperwork. Therefore, we believe that the benefits of the long run outweighs the cost of the short run, thus urging the university to adapt to this new system. Thank you.